Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all from Dubai. I am Sarah, and I'm here with my lovely colleague and friend, Raj. Well, it has certainly been a really busy days for a couple of days, right? We have had so many meetings with so many different markets, with all the news and the great things that is happening in C1 at the moment. So today for this call, if you don't have your leaders in this call, make sure that they do tune in to this one so you don't miss anything. Right, shall we start? Let's start with the company update, shall we? Right, first of all, my usual question to you is always, have you been to your back office today? And I really hope that all of you are saying yes, right? Back office is extremely important, and there are so many tools, news, videos, lots of good stuff for you to use. And if you go to your back office after this call, you will see this really exciting video from the great event we had here in Dubai just 2 weeks ago. This is with Raj when he is talking about how to be ready for the future. Now, if you did not attend the great event, make sure that you look at this video, because I'm still blown away by the content of this presentation. Raj was really hitting all the buttons. It's a great reminder for all of us to live in the future. So make sure that you do look at this video because it's great. Of course, there are also other videos. We have, for example, the episode 51 with Jonas, our founder, who is talking about that the fact is we are only days away from the epic future. We are all waiting for the C1 token, right? And it's coming closer. So this is really exciting days, and we are so happy to go into this brilliant future now and the new C1. Right. And then, of course, there are other weekly updates that you can have a look at. And this is really important because today is already October 25th. That means we have only pretty much 6 more days of this month where we have the great promotion, the Epic Upgrade for free. Now, this is an excellent tool to excel your businesses. So do make sure that everyone in your teams are doing this, utilizing this upgrade for free, because, promotions like this are not coming often. So make sure you have 6 more days to go.
Absolutely, Sarah. And talking about this promotion, we have actually extended this promotion for the 2nd month. And therefore, it is important to make sure that everyone uses this extension. In the further slides, we would also be talking about why this promotion is useful and important at this point in time. But first, let's hit on to the Planet IX. Planet IX, as we know, has introduced the Astap Metashare, which is available as a Planet IX monthly subscription for 1 month, 6 months, and 12 months. Astap are the meta shares, which basically holds a value by collecting a certain percentage or tax from the different in-game corporations like Y-Space, Lucky Cat, Newland, LLC, and so on and so forth. So it's important for you, dear leaders, to make sure that you use this powerful in-game corporation to its fullest. There's also a video that talks about how you can get the Astap Metashare. Now, all these videos, all these simulations are being done for you to make sure that you know the right way to use or get maximum profitability from the resources and the tools that you hold. Resources are also the assets. So therefore, it's important to understand why Metashare is a valuable asset on the IX domination. You also have the IXC reward through staking when you have the Metashare. Metashare is basically an in-game corporation that has its own governance token, and therefore it is called the Metashare. Now, the owners of these assets have a chance to vote to any changes proposed to the structure of the corporation. So it just basically works like a corporate ownership where you get to stake your IXT or the IX tokens. You have the more corporation income that you have, the higher the reward. And of course, you have the voting power of the corporation. Now, if we look at what is the current stake on the IX Foundation, AstroCap yields in the last 24 hours about 125.55 value worth. Now, this is definitely fantastic. This is something that most of you would want to have an access to vis-a-vis the other in-game corporations like Net Empire, the next biggest one that you see, further on the New Lens LLC, which is the next biggest one, and so on and so forth. So make the best of these AstroCap Metashare, because this is, like we say in Planet IX, the financial institution of Planet IX. All the transactions lead to a certain percentage of the AstroCap in the form of Metashares. AstroCap takes a fee on every transaction, so therefore, the more the income, the higher the reward. And Metashare owners have the voting right for the AstroCap. So basically, with this data, we can certainly see that this has gone up to a level which is super, super profitable. Now, we have an exclusive offer that's still going on where you can purchase the Planet IX AstroCap Metashare exclusively on C1 platform, which means only the C1 members can have the AstroCap Metashare. Now, with this, you also get the activity point, which is important to run through and get all the bonuses in your business. A lot of members had 5 activity points through Travia. Now, here's another chance where they can get to add 5 more activity points and therefore scale up the activity point ladder in order to receive the right amount of residual bonus that they deserve. This is available for a monthly, a 6-month, and a 12-month subscription. Of course, the 12-month has a higher value because it gives you 50 meta shares, 50, whereas a monthly would give you 3. And if you continue taking monthly, you just get 36 for a But if you use the annual for 12 months, not only does it save cost for you, it also helps you with an increased amount of meta shares. That's not it. The 12 months has a 256% more IXT rewards to it, and it is 89% of the price worth value that you get. So this is a number game. Anyone and everyone who is into Planet IX would understand the importance of having this fantastic figures which are profitable. So make sure that you tune into your back office to understand more about the Planet IX AstroCap Metashares. Moving on with another product of ours, which is also a fantastic product, Travia. Sarah.
Yes, that's right. Travia, one of my favorite products, actually. Now, with Travia, of course, you have fun, and while you save money, right? Travia is an excellent product. It's basically a wholesale hotel stays app. You can have, savings up to 65% off. And they do have more than 800,000 hotels worldwide, and that is increasing, any minute we speak. Right now, I happen to know that currently you guys have been booking hotels in 17 countries. Now, the subscription models we have for Travia is 1 month, which is 59 euros, or 6 months, which is 269 euros, or 12 months, which is 529 euros. Now, the great thing here is with Travia, you do secure your personal APs, activity points. As you know, in order for you to fully utilize the compensation plan, you need to have your 5 personal activity points. With Travia, you will get this, which is, of course, very useful. And not only that, with every subscription, every month you have a subscription, we will actually give you 2 free vouchers. Now, these vouchers are trial vouchers. You can give it to anyone to try out, right? Seeing is believing, right? It's an excellent prospecting tool that you really easily could just share with whoever you wish, and hopefully then convert them into being a C1 member of your team as well. So use these. And of course, as always, you do have your rank boosters, you do get your direct sales bonus and your residual bonus. But it's really, I just want to stress this, the activity points is extremely important, because as you should know by now, starting in August, I believe it was, we had this requirement that every single person needs to have 5 personal activity points in order to utilize the compensation plan in the best way. Now, depending on your rank, there might also be another activity points needed, depending on what you are, if you're a president, for example, etc. So make sure that you do know how many activity points you have. And please, because I happen to know some of you guys that we have been speaking with kind of forgot that you actually need to have your personal points. It's really a pity. So do not miss this. You need to have 5 activity points personally. That's the bare minimum, okay? But in case if you have questions, of course, do head to the back office, because there are videos in there that will explain more as well. Right, over to you, Raj.
Thank you, Sarah. And now is the talk of the time, I believe, Sarah. This is now the C1 token. We've been having constant marathons of calls to propel the leaders to make sure each and every one receives the right information, can see the right information, because this is what is crucial at this point in time. Now, the C1 token, as we are all prepping up for the C1 token, it's important to understand the deliverables of the C1 token. No matter whenever you have joined, be it the first year, the first day, the second day, 1 month later, 1 year later, 2 years later, whenever you have joined, 2019, 20, 21, 22, if you have the C1 rewards or the loyalty points, or if you have both, then you get a chance to have C1 token. Yes, this opportunity is for everyone. I'd like to emphasize, this is one thing which has not been clearly understood by a few of you, but for the majority, they all understand this. Each and every member of C1, no matter whenever they have joined, they get to have the C1 tokens against the loyalty points and the C1 reward. Now, how it works, it's quite simple. In the back office, in the next few weeks, you would have an option called airdrops, where you can burn or farm your C1 rewards and loyalty points, convert them to the C1 token. Now, this C1 token holds a value. A good thing is, if you upgrade yourself to any of the new element package like earth, air, water, fire, fifth, if you upgrade yourself to any of the new element packages before the 1st of November, you will be waived off from the €19 reactivation fees. But if anyone who joins or comes up with this information, conceives this information after the 1st of November and does not have a package, any element package, then that member needs to pay €19 as a reactivation fees in order to unlock the C1 tokens they have received through the C1 rewards and loyalty points. Anyone and everyone who till today hold an earth, air, water, fire, any of these element packages, they do not have to pay anything. This €19 fee is very important, because all members who are into the new element package, they have paid a €20 of annual subscription fee in their packages. So for example, if I talk about earth package, it is costed at 109 plus 20, which makes it 129 or €129. Any of the packages that you see has been levied with €20 of annual subscription fee. Now, it would not be fair for us to have these C1 tokens given out for free. So therefore, we have made sure to make it a balance, to have an equilibrium, and to be fair with members who are updated, who follow, who are active, who are producing. We also have a fee, number one. Number two, important, the second important point, we may have, say, for example, 10 million members who are inactive or at white, black, gold, any of the previous old packages. We do not want everyone to come in for free. Rather, what we want is members who understand the crypto space, members who can use these C1 tokens as a utility. We want them, even if the number is 1 million or 100,000, that's absolutely fine. But it's important to utilize the C1 token, and also we want to have a control over the max supply, which is quite always one of the important parameters when you talk about the tokenomics. So to have a control over the max supply, and also to make sure that people utilize the C1 token rather than just holding it and keeping it for the value to increase, we have had this 19 euro of activation fee. And number third, and the most important point, this 19 euro is not coming to the company. Rather, it is going into the value pool of C1 token. Now, C1 token, as we know, is a working name. The name of the token would be released in the white paper. The entire 19 euro goes into the value pool, which means that in the near future, when we are near to the ICO or the initial coin offering, before the ICO, the C1 token holds a substantial value. Now, this is going to be super, super important. Rephrasing it once again, we will have the light paper going out in the first week of November. If before the 1st of November, you upgrade to any of the element packages, you or any of your team members, then you are waived off from the 19 euro reactivation fees. If it's after the 1st of November, then no problem. You can pay 19 euro and get the C1 tokens that you have, or you would still have a chance to upgrade, but then you then have to pay 129, 299, and the entire cost of the packages. So this is quite simple. This is quite easy. Another benefit on why we are recommending and suggesting all of you and your teams to have an element package before the 1st of November is quite simple. You get the upgrade for free promotion. Absolutely. Which means if I pay for air 129, I get upgraded to water. Sorry, the cost of air is 299. So if I pay 299, I get upgraded to water, which is worth 799. It's similar. If I purchase earth, I get upgraded to air by just paying 129, which is the fees, a cost for the earth package. So this level up bonus is with you right now, and it's going to be with you for the next few days only. Make sure these last 6 days are one of the most important days for you and your team so that you communicate and make the maximum benefit. Of course, the upgrade for free has many other bonuses and benefits, which means you get a rank booster as per the package. You get the C1 tokens as per the package that you have. And if you have the rank booster, you have more chances of laddering up the success plan, the compensation plan, scaling up in a faster, accelerated way. And of course, if you have the C1 tokens, that's an added advantage. For example, a fire package has 20,000 C1 tokens. A fifth element has 35,000 C1 tokens. So today, if I pay for fire, I get upgraded automatically to fifth element. Now, this is definitely a great insight. It is not only an acceleration tool for your levels in the business, but also enhances your profitability. For example, if I have an earth package and few of my downlines whom I've sponsored or they are part of my team, they take fire package, I would get the maximum bonus as per the package that I hold. So if I am of earth and my team has taken, for example, a fire, the maximum that I can get as a binary is only 55 BP, because that encapsulates me to the package that I have. So in order for you to have all the profitability and maximize it, you need to have the higher package. Of course, we do have some videos. Please make sure to go through to the videos. Now is the time for the announcements. Sarah, are we ready for this?
Yes, where are we going? I am so looking forward to the next incentive trip. And as I can see from this picture, it's beautiful Maldives, right?
Oh, yes, Maldives. That's beautiful.
So how do I get to Maldives? Well,
So
it's fairly simple, yeah?
Sorry, Sarah, I thought a leader is asking me the question and I started replying to you.
Well, first of all, I want to say there is a video in the back office with Maldives, so make sure that you look at that one. But now, let's go through the qualifications.
Absolutely, Sarah. The qualification criteria is quite simple. Now, I have to have at least or a minimum of 5 members, either old or new, with water and above package, which means, Sarah, that if I am an old member and you are my direct upline who has sponsored me, I'm your personally sponsored downline, and if I am a member who has white, black, gold, titanium, titanium pro, and if I, for example, have water and up, you get 1 tick complete out of the 5. 5 is a minimum one. And similarly, if I am a person who holds earth or air package, and if I upgrade to water and above, I also tick the list. Sarah.
That's right. And then I think the next thing to make sure that after having this 5, we are looking at the maximum growth from the lesser leg volume. Now, this is important. It has to be the lesser leg volume. And do you want to talk a little bit about the qualification period and how I can find out as a leader if I have, if I'm qualified or not?
Oh, yes. The qualification has already started. The period has already started from the 9th of October. That's when our event first launched. And this would remain until the 10th of January. So simple, only 2 eligibility criteria. First, have more than 5, at least 5 water and up upgrades or signups. Number 2, have a maximum growth from your lesser leg. Now, this is quite important and quite simple. Even the company is pushing members and their leaders to earn more. Now, Sarah, do you know one thing, that the lesser leg is also called the pay leg?
That's right.
Exactly. So in the industry, the lesser leg or the weaker leg, there's nothing called lesser leg or there's nothing called weaker leg. You have on one side a power leg, it can be a left or a right. On the other side, you have a pay leg. And therefore, the company is incentivizing and in fact promoting and pushing members to make sure that you have a maximum profitability by delivering more growth in your pay leg. So therefore, these are a few important aspects. Please make sure. There will be a leaderboard next week. It has been postponed. It was supposed to be this week, but there's a leaderboard coming up next week for most of us with all the things that they need to know. There will be a checkbox which they can see and understand. Of course, having activity points, Sarah, like you mentioned, is quite important.
That is right. Shall we also mention how many will get to go to Maldives? Because I know it has been communicated that if we looked on the 3 previous months, it looks like 20 people would be able to go to Maldives. Now, since this is an incentive, there basically can be, how shall I put this? There can be much more than 20 going, depending on who is up on the leaderboard. So make sure when the leaderboard comes out next week, make sure that you're up there, because at least the top 20 is guaranteed to go, but there might be more people going as well.
Absolutely. Depending on how the turnout is, it would be important to see all those aspects. Now, we understand that the Maldives trip is a golden circle incentive trip, which means it's the incentive of the incentive. It's a very prestigious incentive trip. And in order to qualify, you also have to be in the top 20 cream. And in fact, the best thing, Sarah, about this trip is quite simple. That no matter wherever you stand today at, if you're a team leader, if you're a coordinator, if you're a manager, no matter whichever position you hold. The best thing is if you start working on your weaker leg, you start accumulating more and more volume on that weaker leg or the pay leg, which means you have higher chances. So everyone and anyone who has decided to come back into the business, I know I can see a lot of members on the call who have been on these calls since a couple of weeks, trying to understand, trying to know things. Of course, they're complaining about old issues, but this is what we know about. If you look at the C1 token, what we are saying today with respect to C1 rewards and loyalty points was not decided yesterday, but rather we had decided this 2 months ago. And therefore, we also understand that most of you who have issues or anything that's from the past, please do not worry. We know what's going to happen. You just have to make sure that you are active and you start producing once again.
That's right. Well said. Well, with that, we want to, wish you all a very good week. Make sure 6 more days of the Epic free upgrade. Make sure to utilize that because it's an excellent tool. 6 more days to go, and good luck to you all.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for each and every one of you for joining in today's call. I know we have had a lot of meetings back to back, but you're still on this call, which means you are the leader who wants to go the way, show the way, and make the way for many members. Thank you so much. Take great care. See you next week again.
Bye.